Good morning to everybody. Teaching philosophy statement.
काम सुरू ठेवा.
हं? काय काय सुरू सुरू केलं
दिसणार आहे का तुम्ही?
पाहता आहो ट्राय करून
काय तर दिसते आतमध्ये.
दिसू दे ना काय ना. Good morning. We will see about teaching philosophy statement. The article explains rationale for many teaching uh, Good morning. We will see teaching philosophy statement. This article explains the rationale for Dr. K.S. Faryadi's teaching philosophy. Using a personal perspective, he explained his objective, mission, and vision in writing his philosophy of teaching statement. This article also create a roadmap and reference point for educator who wants to write their own teaching philosophy statement to help them make informed decision when teaching their student. In his teaching philosophy, he applied the constructive approach of teaching and learning. Keywords use constructivism, class assessment, education, learning, teaching philosophy. His teaching philosophy statements are culmination of many years of teaching experience in field of information and communication technology. As experience is the best teacher, he has come to conclusion that generally the current teaching methods and styles need to be changed to produce not only more effective learners but also to make the learning process more enjoyable and meaningful. Constructing his philosophy statement has helped him identify individual style, priorities, as well as objective in guiding his students. He believed that his teaching philosophy statement will set a strong foundation for his teaching goals. By using the following guideline, he hoped we too will be able to formulate our teaching philosophy statement and take pride in our profession. When writing our teaching philosophy statement, never use the word you or we. Teaching is an art and different individuals have various artistic style of teaching and learning. So when writing your philosophy statement, always use the pronouns I or my. Each teacher has his or her own creative and artistic way of teaching, hence, teaching philosophy statements are unique to the individual. Our own education philosophy statements are embodied within the constructivism framework. Constructivism is a paradigm of learning that describes the process of knowledge formation. In constructivist learning, students learn actively rather than wait passively for teacher to spoon feed them with information, and conservatists believe that one has to adapt to the environment to acquire knowledge. In the process, one reshapes the acquired knowledge and create new knowledge. Constructivist learners acquire knowledge by blending their present and the past experience to make new discoveries. To learn constructivist way, the learner should make sense of things instead of accepting information at its face value. Indeed, learners are encouraged to internalize and reshape information, transforming it through active observation. The information transformation must be meaningful. By activating his cognitive processing system, the learner will be able to organize his thought into logical representation. By bringing the newly learned knowledge, bridging the newly learned knowledge with the already acquired or prior knowledge. According to constructivist, learning is mental construction which takes place collectively. In the constructivist classroom, learning is facilitated by collaboration. It is all about interaction to find solution to give problem. Studies have found that learners who have been taught using a constructive approach are very motivated and they enjoy learning much more compared to their counterpart in traditional classroom. Hence, prior to constructing my philosophy of teaching or your philosophy of teaching, you should pose the following question to yourself. How does the human brain function? How do people learn? How should you teach? How do you motivate the unmotivated learners? Why is your role as a what is your role as a teacher? What is the role of your student? What are your prime objective as the leader in the class? What are the viable concept and style of your teaching? What learning outcome can you anticipate? How do you measure the success of your student? Since teaching, learning, information, education, teachers, and knowledge are keywords in this discussion, you need to define them briefly before proceeding any further. What is learning? Learning is defined as process that bring about behavioral change to a person. It is skill that must be acquired by individual as student and later as working adult. People learn differently based on their individual unique style of learning. Learning is also defined as change in human behavior as result of experience or information input. It can also be considered as outcome or visible process. The most crucial aspect of learning is change. Learning is also achieved through individual experimentation, whereby past knowledge is integrated with present knowledge in to create new knowledge. According to Dennis, learning can be viewed as a quantitative increase in the knowledge. Learning is acquiring information or knowing. Learning is storing information that can be reproduced. Learning is acquiring facts, skills, and methods that can be retained and used when necessary. Learning involves relating parts of the subject matter to each other and to the real world. Hence, it can be seen that learning is an external as well as internal force to the learner. Learning may also happen automatically or after instruction. Every day, when we are exposed to new knowledge and it becomes internalized, it becomes our possession. What is teaching? Teaching, on other hand, denotes a process to facilitate learning. Teaching also refers to presentation of knowledge and demonstration of ability or skill. Effective teaching enables a student to make connection to the old and new knowledge, to form new ideas. That is why competent teachers have such a crucial role in advancement of community. What is education? Formal education is a process where systematic instruction is provided to the learners. Generally, the primary aim of education is to impart the desired knowledge to a relevant skill to the student. Through the process of education, students are expected to enhance their critical thinking skill and make well-informed decisions. Nevertheless, education is provided not only formally by instructor but also when one learns through experience in real life. What are data? Data refers to raw material that has been gathered for purpose. Data has no meaning or utility until they are analyzed or processed. What is information? Once data are processed and analyzed, they become information. Such information is meaningful and useful for the purpose of data or for the purpose the data are collected. What is knowledge? We gain knowledge through experience or education. Fact, information and skills attained by person through experience are termed as knowledge. According to Webster's dictionary, knowledge is a fact or condition of knowing something with familiarity gained through experience or association. Your vision. Your student will learn new skill and obtain new knowledge in a comfortable classroom environment where they can express themselves without fear. Your student will be imbued with love of learning. They will be trained to be active, constructive, and goal-oriented learners. Your student will be treated as individual and will be given due respect and also learn to respect the views of their peers. You will take note that each student is unique learner who deserve your love, attention and respect. Your other instructor will be inspired by your passion to adopt constructive approach to learning so that their classroom too will be more active, fun-filled and creative environment where every student has a chance to excel in his or her own unique way. Your mission to promote a learning environment that is active, constructive, collaborative, goal oriented, investigative, and meaningful. To encourage students centered learning by allowing students to construct knowledge through their own investigation. To establish a strong foundation for stimulating learning as lifelong process. To promote analytical and critical thinking so that learners will acquire meaningful knowledge, not merely remember facts. New information is created when your student make personal discovery. So you will allow your student to undertake their own investigation to improve their understanding. To promote active engagement and meaningful dialogue to guide learner wherever necessary. Your objective in writing teaching philosophy statement. To you, teaching is an art. Teaching and learning are facets of creative and artistic performance. Each teacher has his or her own ideas about how to facilitate learning. I believe that teaching is an trust and a responsibility on your shoulders. As a computer scientist, if suppose you need to keep your student updated with the latest development in computer science, especially information communication technology. Your task is to enable your student to have necessary skill and knowledge so that they can make informed decision and take necessary action in real life situation. Moreover, you want your student to share your enthusiasm for learning so that new skills and knowledge can be put to good use to improve the community. Thus, writing your teaching philosophy statement is your way of sharing the joy and reward of being an educator, and hopefully fellow teachers would feel likewise. Objective 1. You want your student to understand significance and relevance of ICT in their everyday life. To achieve this objective, you discuss the latest advancement in computer science or any other science so that your students are able to apply state of art technology in solving problems and sharing the knowledge with their friends. You also aim to encourage input and feedback from your student regarding your course content. In this way, you can make necessary changes so that your teaching become relevant and meaningful to your student. Objective 2. You aim You are here to help your student make effective search in electronic media or science or social science so that they can access information easily and without frustration. Furthermore, you show them the technique of evaluating online information. You also challenge them to critically evaluate and investigate current issues regarding computer science development. Essentially, you provide your student with opportunity to acquire new skill in information and communication technology and also to apply the needed information in their everyday life. Objective 3. You will help your student to understand that ICT is interconnected with their everyday life, economically, culturally, and politically. You train them to use ICT as a platform to prepare themselves for future careers. You conduct classes in the industrial field so that they can apply what they have acquired in the classroom and get hand-on experience. Objective 4. We believe that learning is a process in which your student must be actively engaged. They will be given the opportunity to express themselves positively, fearlessly, and cooperatively, so that free exchange of ideas can be takes place. Objective 5. While my course contents are a tool to guide your student and make the teaching learning process mutually enjoyable. Your teaching technique must also make student want to learn. I want to, or you want to arouse your students' curiosity and motivate them by surprising them with new things every time. You enter your class in this way, they are not bored but are motivated instead. Whenever you see their eager face, you too should be motivated as an instructor. You have practiced this teaching method successfully with your undergraduate and postgraduate student. Suppose you are undergraduate or postgraduate. It is mutually rewarding experience. What is teaching philosophy statement? Each teacher has his or her own set of belief and concept of what teaching and learning should be. It is important that teachers' philosophical stand be carefully deliberated on so that useful ideas can be translated into practice in the classroom. The main purpose of teaching philosophy statement is twofold from the perspective of academician. It is important that the teachers understand and select suitable theories and guidelines for teaching. It is equally important to state clearly his own philosophy as an educator so that his action in classroom reflect his belief. In generating your teaching philosophy statement, you should keep in mind the following three important basic guidelines. One, brainstorming of ideas to reflect your belief, knowledge, value, and attitude toward creating an environment that is conducive to teaching and learning. Second, creating a roadmap based on your personal belief, value, and attitude that are clearly illustrated by practical example. Third, making a final revision of your roadmap before you swing into action so that important point can be added or relevant point deleted. You always bear in mind that your teaching philosophy grows with your understanding of what true teaching means. Fundamental component of teaching philosophy statement. Clear startup strategy. You ask yourself, what do you want to do for your student? How do you start and end your lesson? Your teaching philosophy statement should evoke positive response from fellow teachers. You should articulate your teaching philosophy statement with enthusiasm so that your passion will be contagious. Then fellow teacher will be inspired to share your ideas and belief to improve the teaching and learning process. You will document your teaching philosophy statement with pride. The statement should reflect creativity, innovation, and positive tone. Second, honesty and aptitude. What are you? You will be honest to yourself. What is your identity as a teacher? What are we going to do in the class? You will strive to share your teaching philosophy statement with fellow teachers. Third, organizing your thoughts. You take your time to write your philosophy of teaching. You don't rush. Write for the right audience. You ask yourself who your target group are. You use the word you in writing or I in the writing my statement, your statement, because every individual is different. You don't generalize statement. You make must be specific and to the point. We believe teaching is a personal experience, as every teacher will use his or her own strategy or technique to help student. Fourth, you write as you are a leader. You shall write your statement with confidence. You should be like a parent who constantly guides his children. You should accept constructive criticism. You shall consult your seniors and value their input. Your teaching philosophy statement. When writing your teaching philosophy statement, you always maintain the following 5 acts of fairness and justice. Number 1, you ensure that understanding is facilitated for all students as they have different style of teaching. learning. It is my duty to assist and respect each individual in his or her endeavor to learn. So facilitate learning. He will conclude a conduct a research on their background to assess the level of prior knowledge. You start with simple concept before progressing to more complex. You divide your learner in group of 10. In each group, you add one or two better students so that the disadvantaged student can learn from them. You make sure that the student understand and internalize the knowledge gained in the class. Otherwise, such knowledge will neither be meaningful nor of applicability in their real life. 3. You always challenge the student to put in their best effort to produce quality work. The achievement of each individual student will be recognized and he or she will be able to stand out from crowd. In this way, you boost their confidence and improve their survival skill to cope in the real world. Number 4. You advocate and facilitate critical thinking and cooperative learning in your class. You also provide opportunities to improve writing skill and oral presentation, because it is the vital that learners are able to communicate their ideas effectively. And last, we promote active, cooperative and creative learning. It is your passion to help students enjoy learning process. You place great emphasis on giving recognition to different styles of learning that exist almost every student who come from different cultures, background. You respect your student cultural and religious values. Thank you very much.